Okay, I'm gonna start this off by saying excuse my mess. This is my SP808 video, and I'm gonna explain a little bit of, I don't know, how I use it and what I plan on using it for. I haven't really utilized it completely because, well, I have for some stuff, but it's brand new. Like, I recently got the Zulu IDE SD card thingy, and, well, yeah, I got the Zulu ID, and that works. And I got this, which is a MIDI bass pedal that I made, and triggering it's triggering the SP. So when I press this, I'm not sure if you can wait. I gotta zoom in a little bit. It works. There we are. The lighting is sort of bad right now, so you probably can't see much of what's going on with the lights on the thing, but that works. So I press it, and the light blinks. You can see it barely. So this triggers the SP, and it works just like the pads, but it has. I can play it with my feet, which is sort of cool. But yeah, it's not velocity sensitive, and it doesn't really need special MIDI information, so it's super neat for these because you can it triggers really fast and really well, and that's sort of weird for the SP808 since it doesn't really, usually it has like discs and it's sort of slow and clunky, but this is not clunky. Look. Like that's it might even be better than the SP404 actually, like on the speed. It triggers like so precise. It's sort of amazing. And yeah, so that's just my guitar. I've just recorded a chord, like me playing a chord, some shit like that. And then I record that, and you can play the thing. So I can give myself backing guitar. What I'm sort of trying to get at is that doing this, like installing the Zulu IDE into the SP808, and then installing foot switch for the sampling button. I've also done that. I'm going to demo that later. But when you do that, this turns into like a really powerful looper. You can use it for like backing looping and guitar stuff. So it's not only me playing samples like this, it can also play loops. So this is a riff progression that I just recorded, and it's for a song. Actually, this whole page is all in the key and like it's a setup for a song. So this is like a version I do of a song, and these are the chords. And I can like back myself, and there's also like a I can do that. That's just me pressing and it playing. Oh, fuck. Yeah, you can sort of see what's going on. I should probably zoom out so you can see what I'm pressing. Yeah, so you can see that's notes. Yeah, I can do that. I can do this. And I can do this. So I can hold it, and that's awesome. So that really works out well musically because you can have your song set up in the different pad bank. So you have one pad bank per song or something like that. And I don't really need a whole pad bank for this song, but this is like half a pad bank, and there are the chords and the backing. And I can have different backing. I can have one backing in the chorus and one backing in the verse. I can do all that stuff and just memorize it. As you can see, my pedal, I marked my pedal with notes. So my pedal has the same numbers that the SP has. So you can sort of really easily see that what corresponds to what. And it's easy to play and easy to record and easy to like deal with like in conjunction with the MIDI bass pedals. So yeah, that's a really cool thing you can do. And well, you guys know. I assume you guys know how the SP808 works. Um, Let me move my camera a little bit. Yeah. By the way, excuse my mess. I'm really like working on electronics right now. I'm not. I just shoved all the shit into a corner, and I'm gonna clean up, but not now. And yeah, so you guys know the SP808. It has the and that mixer thingy. It gets really handy. Like, oh wow, one of my chords should be a little bit louder. Well, that's easy. You just do this. So this chord. Another cool thing about the SP808 is it can also do like actual recording, so you can record for longer. It has like a record mode, but I haven't figured that out. But you could probably do some really cool stuff where you like sample stuff and then I don't know, change the volume. I'm not completely sure how it works, but I think you can probably like mix it afterwards. And yeah, so that's partly what I use it for. Like I use it for loops and for backing samples mostly. I'm not like much of a hip hop maker, but if I decide to want to make some hip hop, I'll probably use this because it's really fun to make beats on stuff like this. And it's only 4-note polyphonic, but it has it's quick now. It didn't used to be quick, so that's a plus. Because when it was 4-note polyphonic and slow, it was sort of sluggish and useless. But with the Zulu IDE, it's not. It just turns into a beast for some reason. And you can play samples really fast, and it usually never glitches out. I won't say that the Zulu is like the SP808 isn't completely bug free when it gets to Zulu, because it is. It has bugs. It has the usual Roland glitch where it just stops in its tracks and just doesn't do anything. The display doesn't respond. The effects doesn't respond, and anything digital just stops working. and you have to turn it on and off for it to start working again. But that happens to like a lot of my Roland stuff, so I'm not sure if that's the Zulu or just the Roland, if you get what I mean. But yeah, I also I also did some funny stuff where I removed the label thingy and just printed my own labels because I really like how it looks. I don't really like the red look. This thing is sort of. I like the white look because it sort of fits with other stuff in my studio. But the red thingy, I don't have anything else that's red, and I don't like red stuff, so deal with it. Now it looks cool, I think. It's a little bit like scrappy here and there. I used like regular plastics, like weird see-through plastic to protect it from dust, and then I labeled it. Now it looks sort of space agey and cool, if you ask me, and I like it. But yeah, also the foot switch. I did make a video on the foot switch, so I'm not gonna explain like I'm not gonna show too much of it. But it's a little output on the back that turns the sampling key. It turns it into a foot switch, so I can plug in like a sustain pedal from a piano, and then press it, and it's gonna trigger. And the cool part about that is when I'm playing guitar, I don't have to press the samples myself, and the chopping becomes way easier because I can go into sampling and I enable something called pre-trig. I'm not sure how that works, but I think pre-trig just is sort of just makes your sample the press of your sampling. It sort of just it removes the delay because there's sort of a delay. So it shouldn't be called pre-trig. It should be called delay remover or some shit because in reality it's not a pre-trig. It removes latency from the thingy in practice, but in theory it sort of keeps track of what's gone in and then sort of skips back when pressing the key. It makes no sense. I can't really explain it. That's what I think it does. It really helps. I usually put pre-trig at like 80 milliseconds or 160 milliseconds, and then the foot switch works better. I'm sort of annoyed that the SP808 it has a foot switch input, but it does not do the sampling presses. It's such a why the fuck would this thing have a foot switch without having that? That blows my mind. It's such a lapse of reason, but it's probably because they knew Boss would have like loopers and they knew they could grab cash from people. I have no idea. It's just so dumb. It blows my mind that that's not a feature in the thing because it would make the thing so much cooler if you could use a foot switch to sample instead of just triggering the record, like punching in the record. That's so stupid. But rant over. I don't really care. I'm electrical genius motherfucker. I can fix this shit with just output and some cables. So for me, it's not a big issue, but for Roland, it is. Yeah, so I'm ranting about that, but I've used the foot switch, and I've used the foot switch for the loops that are here, the stuff that's made. Wait, these ones, the ones I showed you. That's made with a foot switch, so you can sort of like hear how it perfectly loops. I'm not sure if it perfectly loops, but you can hear how it loops, at least. I'm not sure where it loops. Yeah, you can hear it somewhere there. Like, here. That's the loop. There. Some shit like that. There. Yeah. That's fun. So, that's the premise of how I use it. With a foot switch, I record stuff like that, and I back myself while playing other stuff and onto a drum track or something. And I have a separate MIDI controller with blue keys. So, wait. So I have like one of these, but it's blue. It has blue keys, and it's a little bit different. But I used that one for drums because the Phantom XR. It's a rack by Roland. One of these thingies. Wait, one of these thingies. It's this one. I used that one for drums, and it has like the coolest drum thing ever. It can like, it can work with piano keys, so I can use the. Oh my god! I can use the MIDI bass pedal, the blue one, to trigger the drums. So when I press the blue keys, it stops, and when I press the black keys, different rhythms start playing. So I can swap rhythm, and I can program the rhythm. And another cool thing it does, the coolest fucking thing, because I thought it didn't, it can send out sequences. So you can use it as a sequencer, like a digital with a screen and like arrow keys sequencer. It works like a computer almost. It's like in a DAW, but you can sequence drums and then send it to hardware. So it's really dope. So I have like 2 MIDI bass pedals, one for the drums, and it's like super intricate and awesome and like user friendly. And this sends MIDI to my drum machine, and my drum machine has all the cool sounds and stuff. And then I use the SP808 for samples. So usually backing or stuff like that. And I also can use it for mastering because it has really cool sounds. Like the DSP in this thing is fucking. It's a really cool DSP, and you can get some really cool sounds from it. And the stretching is so cool. Like, it goes from happy to fucking badass. And it's adjustable. It's not just yeah. You know, if you know the SP808, this is like your bread and butter. But if you don't, this is why I love it. It has such a cool like digital engine inside it. That crunches up really cool. I love how that sounds. Hell fucking yeah. Ooh, that tickles my brain. And you can see how that was just like one song and then I stretched it and now it's like a different song. It's such a useful tool for cool shit like that. Yeah, so that's a jam, jam and a half. But I think you can also reverse it, and you can add effects. It has all the cool effects. You know it, SP808, the coolest shit ever. It's like the sickest rolling machine ever, probably. And I have the cool ones. I have the roll. I have the Phantom, and I have the guitar synths, and I have the S10, and I have the D50, and I have the Pro E, and I have all the cool shit. So yeah, the SP808 is a total beast, and I had the 404, and the 404 is a toy in comparison. Like the SP808 is just so much sicker. It wasn't when it had the zip discs. It wasn't at all. It was so bad with the zip discs, but it doesn't take much. That's honestly proof it doesn't take much, because yeah, bad zip drive equals shit device, and good zip drive equals it's worth about $500 more in my mind now. Yeah, because these would sell for like I don't know $180, $150, and I don't think they will for much longer, especially if people buy the Zulu, because without a Zulu it's trash. It's garbage. At least in my mind, like the zip disc just makes it into trash. Oh fuck, my video died. Give me a second. Alright, now my camera works again. So where was I? Yeah, the vari pitch sounds awesome, and I love just playing stuff in E standard. That's the regular guitar tuning, and then I pitch it down to like 69 or 68 or something, and then it sort of is in the right key for playing with a drop tuned guitar, like a B standard or C standard. So it sort of makes it really easy to make like dope metal sounding stuff, and it becomes slow and doomy. So yeah, the Roland SP808 is definitely Doom certified, and it's like a DAW, but with buttons, and yeah, it has a laser, like a fucking laser. Come on, yeah. Um, that's pretty much how I use it, though. There's not much more to it than that. I make samples. I often just connect it with cables. This thing, I connect that into like the headphone jack of stuff sometimes, and usually it's connected to my mixer. But right now, I don't. I'm not having it connected to my mixer because I'm sort of working on my setup, and yeah, this isn't connected right now. But usually it sits on my amp over there, that thing, and it just has the samples. And when I need it, I press the pedal. The pedal usually sits where all my other pedals sit. It's like a huge clump of fucking multi effects boards, and yeah, it's like I don't know, 2 octaves of bass pedals, and it's pretty massive when I have it all connected. And there's a lot of options to stuff to click on and stuff. And when I sample the drums, I don't use the foot switch. When I sample the piano, I do, and when I sample the guitar, I do. So I don't use the sampling button on the SP808. I use a foot switch that's connected to the mod slot that I did. And that works really great. If you want to see how to do that, I have a video about it. I'm not sure, but I think I might have a playlist about the SP808. If not, I'm going to try and make one, because I've made probably 10 videos about it. Different things you can do and or how to work it, and half of them are like really bad, but that's my videos. They are really bad. I don't really care about producing a fucking quality show. I'm just talking about old shit. I'm not fucking, what's the Austrian guy again? Bad Gear. I'm not Bad Gear. I'm not gonna. I'm improving gear and shit, and I'm not Bad Gear, bruh. I'm not gonna make you a fucking make you a fucking TV show. This camera is old and bad, and my HDMI adapter is old and bad, and my microphone is, I don't know, it's not old and bad, but it's running through like 15 different things, and you're just gonna have to deal. That's life. Yeah. Usually I don't run stuff into it. Usually I just have it unplugged. So I don't have a bunch of stuff going into the inputs on the SP808. I just sample stuff when I'm sampling, and then I leave it. So it's like a sample player that I pull out for sampling. And it's also lighter, and you can have it in any orientation you want when you have the Zulu IDE. It's really like, yeah, it can take a lot of beatings now, and it's super awesome. I'm probably going to make more videos about the SP808, but for now I'm doing electrical engineering, so I'm making amps and I'm making pedals and stuff. So I'm sort of busy with making sustainer systems for guitars and sort of, yeah, stuff like that. So it's going to be a little bit of a hiatus from the SP808, but since so many people watch the video and they want to see how I work with it, and that's pretty much how I do. And thanks for watching, and I'm definitely going to make more videos on it eventually, but right now it's you can see how it is. Like, you can see the state that my SP808 is in, and I'm not really working a lot on making samples and stuff right now, but when I do, I'll make more videos about it, and it's going to be pretty soon. So stay tuned. And I also make other stuff with Roland. I'm really into Roland, so stay tuned if you want to like watch more Roland stuff. All right, bye.